Hi guys, Jamie from Time+Space here. In this video we're going to be taking a look at how to use Apple loops in Logic Pro and Garageband. And to be doing so I'm using Freshtone sample pack Lost Tapes Volume 3, a collection of truly authentic sounding funk and soul loops that have been recorded using rare analog equipment every step of the way, from the instruments to the microphones and the tape machines. Lost Tapes Volume 3 contains 89 full jams which all come with individual files for each instrument and all come in the Apple Loops format. So Apple Loops are files that can be accessed from within Logic Pro or GarageBand, and they can be time stretched at any tempo and organised into categories such as genre and instrument. And both pieces of software already come with lots of Apple Loops included, but third-party sample library manufacturers such as Freshtone are also able to sell their libraries in Apple Loops format, which can be easily imported in. So on the left I have Lost Tapes open in my Finder window, and on the right is the Loop Browser area in Logic Pro where Apple Loops are accessed. And you can see the Apple Loops come as AIFF files, and I just need to drag them into the Loop Browser to import them. Now once they're dragged in, you can see we've got some useful information for each loop, the number of beats and the tempo. And within this browser you can also preview what each loop sounds like just by clicking on them, which I think saves so much time and allows you to compare clips really easily. Then at the top of the browser are some category selection tabs. So if I go into Instrument and select Bass, all my bass loops will come up and I can preview them to see which one I want to use. I'm now going to use the search bar function to find a specific jam from Lost Tapes. So I'll type in the name of it, and now we can see all the files from that jam, and I'm going to drag some of them into my Logic timeline. So now I have one of the amazing sounding jams from Lost Tapes loaded, and it sounds like this. From here there are some more benefits we can get from using Apple Loops instead of just dragging samples in from Finder. You can see on each of the samples we have these small arrows, and these open up a drop down which allow you to select an alternative loop of the same instrument. So with Lost Tapes, each jam comes with 2 or more variations, which allows you to introduce interesting structure to your song. And with this drop down I can easily audition different variations without having to drag loads of clips in and clog up my timeline. So I'm just going to copy this section over and switch all of these to different variations, and we'll then have 2 different sections that sound like this. Okay, I've now loaded in a different set of loops from another jam in Lost Tapes, and we're going to take a look at the time stretching. So obviously the issue with a lot of sample packs that come only as WAV files is that the loops often only come as one set tempo, so if you want to use them at a different tempo you have to time stretch them yourself, which can A, take a lot of time, and B, often sound odd because time stretch algorithms don't always behave correctly. But with Apple Loops you don't have to worry about any of that. The clips will automatically change according to whatever your host tempo is, just as MIDI clips would. So it speeds up your workflow and increases usability at the same time. So I'm now going to play this jam and adjust the tempo a few times to show you how clean these loops sound. So even though I think this jam sounds its best at the tempo Freshtone intended it to be, the Apple Loops format opens up the possibilities of the individual instruments and allows you to entirely repurpose them while still benefiting from the amazing quality of the samples. For example, I really love the sound of the drum loops and the tweaked drum loops in Lost Tapes 3, which are drums with effects and interesting processing on them. So I can take one of these tweaked loops and play it at 170 BPM. And suddenly we have a drum and bass loop, which can then be combined with other loops and instruments at the same tempo. So you can see how working with Apple Loops really improves your workflow and allows you to get the most out of your loops. If you have any other questions regarding Apple Loops, please leave them in the comments and we'll get back to you. And if you want to listen to more of the amazing jams from Freshtone's Lost Tapes Volume 3, or find out about some of their other products including the first 2 volumes of Lost Tapes and their vintage drums pack, click the link in the description or just head to www.timespace.com. Thanks for watching.